Ever wanted to be a Team Rocket Grunt? Me neither. Although I joined Team Imperium, which if you don't know is Lux and Noggin's evil team back from 2017. Anyways, rogues are on the front lines, and if they're not, you suck, I hate you, and you need to get a new gig. On the bright side, they know how to hide from both their enemy and their mental problems. To get rogue in the first place, you gotta be either sneaky, agile, or have done your weekly cardio, and these skills are referred to as rogue skills from now on, since you're so insecure that you need to call normal things other things just to feel special, don't you? From this class, you gain the ability to never miss your shanks again while simultaneously making them dark type because you just needed that extra edge, didn't you? And you also get the ability to take candy from all the Pokemon around you since you just needed that too, didn't you? Remember how I said your shanks never miss now? Well, that's literal instead of figurative now. By giving up some range to the same distance as your small or short melee weapon, you also qualify to use any weapon moves that weapon you're using can use. You may ask what those are, and I say, well, you're really that lazy to not go through the books yourself. But fine, here are some that you can use. But ultimately, it's down to GM discretion, so talk it over with whoever your GM is. Do I really need to teach you another mechanic? Really? Fine. Maneuvers are things you can do in your turn other than just beating up what's in front of you. But with the use of dirty fighting, you're able to utilize both attacks and dirty trick maneuvers. Those being demotivation, pocket sand, and kick him in the crotch. You can't miss these due to how the feature works. However, you do still need to make opposing rolls to see if you fail, and when you do, the opponent is still able to give you a wedgie back for being so underhanded. If you play the actual games and your nut brain can't understand this, then I've lost all hope in humanity. You gain 2 new moves, and they're priority moves, which means you get to just shout out at the rest of the table that you're taking your turn now instead of following the turn order, because that definitely doesn't get confusing for your game master whatsoever. Now you have a choice! What did you expect? A TTRPG to be a railroad? Well, for some it is, but they're bad. So now, come, put your big boy pants on and make your choice between making your weak moves fast, which flinches and decreases the accuracy of your opponents, or the ability to deal more injuries. No, not damage. Injuries are things that decrease your maximum HP, and if you get 10, you die. Anyways, you give them more injuries, then you get to see how many injuries they have, and then you get to go on a shopping spree with said injuries. Now you hit even harder, especially if you got hurt during the last turn, or they've been hurt during this turn, depending on what move you're using. Finally, you get to prick the fingers of your enemies, dealing damage equaling double your highest rogue skill, in which, since you require both underhanded tactics and Street Fighter, at minimum this damage will be 10 whopping damage! Aren't you excited? What, you want more? Well, lucky for you, remember that choice you made before? Well, that affects this too. If you picked Ambush, for 1 round, that target is slowed, they can't make attacks of opportunities, and they get a -2 to all rolls they make. But if you picked Cruelty, then for 1 round, that target loses 5 hit points every time it's hit by a damaging attack. Now you know how to be the best rogue there ever was. Good luck on your adventures, you've earned the Rogue Badge.